All right, beautiful people, hold up. It's been a little while and I thought it was about time I make another video just to let you guys know I ain't giving up. We're just getting started and just to kind of work the muscle of making content, film myself, all that. I thought we'd enjoy a little cold beer together while we do it, because man, who doesn't love a cold beer with the people you love? It really is a bond, in my opinion. And if you don't like cold beer, you might be an op. Like, you might just need to reevaluate some things, because a cold beer with good people can really go a long way. I don't even know what this looks like right now, but cheers. Ah, delicious. I might make this a little series, and this is recommended. Watch this with a beer. Yeah, so if there's anyone's first time watching and you don't know anything about what I'm going for here, my name's Keon. Southern California, Orange County. So the main premise when I started this whole YouTube journey, whatever this thing is, was basically documenting the journey of becoming a sponsored athlete, right? That was kind of just the easiest way for me to describe it, and kind of showcase to anybody who wants to make a living as a content creator, as an athlete, and kind of show the process of how college athletes, pro athletes at the highest level are training to do what they do, and then also kind of show my journey of how I'm gonna end up creating relationships with brands and whatnot. It's been a fucking blast, dude. I've just been grinding sports daily, and I love it. This is my passion. This is what I love doing. It really has just been a big trial and error period. Test and learn, test and learn. I'm doing everything with no expectations. I'm just throwing shit at the wall and trying to see what works, trying to see what I need to change, improve, get rid of, stuff like that. So it hasn't been too long, and I've gotten a good start, I think. My first TikTok was on January, February, March, April 19th. So that was basically when I started training, taking it seriously as well. And now it's July 25th. So it's been only about 3 months. You can't expect much in 3 months. I posted 29 TikToks and got 21,008 views. Not great, not terrible. It's eyeballs, you know what I mean? And I was kind of just getting practice, making content, getting comfortable, figuring out different ways to approach it, seeing what works. So I'm really not mad at that. Obviously, we want to get those numbers up. But when I worked for the 505 podcast, worked for them for about a year, about 2 years. It took me over 1,000 posts to get up to 60,000 followers on IG, about 35 on TikTok. We saw the best results when I was posting 3 or 4 times a day. So I understand that is the best output that you need to kind of get those results. But again, just testing and learning. No expectations, just having fun with it. And I guess that kind of ties into my next point about just having fun with it. So I've been grinding my ass off, mainly just athletically, just becoming the best overall athlete I can be, trying to dunk, kind of make this all more exciting. I'm 5'10", so that would be exciting content. And then mainly grinding hoops. I've been having fun doing flag football, playing soccer with my friends, stuff like that, just to keep other sports fresh. Mainly basketball, because I'm fuck man, I'm realizing if I really want to be at a high level at any one of these sports, I gotta put in the time for it, I gotta grind. We have a men's league team. It's been a blast so far. Our team's not great, we're decent, but as a whole, we haven't been playing as good as I thought it was gonna be, and I personally have just not been playing as good as I wanted to be, and it was a little bit frustrating, just because I'm trying to make content with high level athletes. I'm trying to show myself training with high level athletes and just be able to compete. I'll read my stats. I definitely contribute in all these games, but our comp isn't always the best. We lost against this fucking team. We were down 2 starters, but still it was on me. And it was an adjustment getting back into organized basketball. I haven't played organized basketball in 5 years maybe. I've only been averaging 8.85 points a game, which doesn't feel good when you're in a D3 men's league and you can't even get a 20 piece. So basically my stats were 5 points, 10 points, 9 points, 11 points, 4 points, 12 points, 11 points. So mainly staying in that 10, 11 range and not taking too many shots, honestly, maybe 10 shots a game. So it's been decent. That was already frustrating, right? And then I'm grinding my ass off at LA Fitness pretty much daily for a while. Just getting runs and playing against people that maybe aren't so good, just to get the confidence up. And it was working for sure. And then one day, went in there, it was a fucking zoo, dude. There were gonna be 40 people playing. Just a mess already. And then I lost 3 straight games because this one kid was fucking, I'm not gonna say he was cooking me, he was cooking everybody, but I couldn't guard him. And I kind of left that somehow having a spiritual awakening, because I was like, dude, honestly, I gotta stop taking myself so serious, right? You know what I mean? I can't even compete at this level. Like, obviously, there are people that pop into LA Fitness and they're good. So, you know, shit happens. You're not gonna win every game. Every day is not gonna be your best day. But I'm like, damn, I gotta be doing better than this, bro. I kind of loosened up. I was like, you know what? Let's relax. The whole point of this is to enjoy it. The whole point of this is to have as much fun as I can doing things that I enjoy. I don't necessarily need to grind my ass off to the very best fucking basketball player in Southern California. It's just not gonna happen unless I really commit everything to it. You know, I would, but that's not the main goal. The main goal is gonna be broader, which I'll get into in a sec. No joke, I had to start deep diving into Chinese philosophy after those 3 games because I'm already into philosophy. Like, I like Greek philosophy, all that. But I mean, I was just at Barnes & Noble's because I was trying to get this book, which is basically Rich Paul's book. Rich Paul is LeBron's agent. He has like the biggest sports agency in the world, represents like all the top athletes. So I was like, okay, that could be sick. Ended up seeing these 2 books, Deion Sanders, Elevate and Dominate, 21 Ways to Win On and Off the Field. Already finished it. It was an easy read, loved it. And then here's the Chinese philosophy one, Be Water, My Friend. Bruce Lee, the teachings of Bruce Lee. So this kind of has allowed me to chill the fuck out, basically. It's not that deep. And then this is just another book, if anyone was interested, that I've read these past few months, and it's a banger. It's called Be Useful, 7 Tools for Life by Arnold, and it's a banger. But anyway, yeah, so just taking myself less seriously in life in general, making sure I'm enjoying this stuff as much as possible. Because, you know, you kind of play better when you're having fun anyway. You're not so uptight, you're not getting down on yourself. And it's kind of like golf, right? Like golf psychology. I've seen some like Instagram posts or something where it's like, you play better when you're having fun. It's like, and you're not thinking, you're going in with no expectations. And when you're there in the moment, are you going to turn into a talented athlete or are you going to turn into an uptight nerd?
It's funny, I spend so much of my time teaching people to have fun because I think in all of sport you play a lot better when you're having fun and you're enjoying it. But from a psychological standpoint, when you're having fun, not only do your muscles relax, but your mind gets quiet. So I'm always telling players, you know, you have a choice every time you go to the golf course or get near the short game, is you can either suddenly feel like a really talented athlete or you can turn yourself into a serious uptight nerd. And I'm always telling players that when you're having fun, you're much more likely to feel like a talented athlete. And when you start getting serious, you're more likely to turn into a serious nerd. And when I say serious nerd, I mean someone who tries to play consciously. When I say consciously, I'm talking about people who suddenly start overthinking everything or trying to do it correctly or thinking about how to make the motion instead of letting it happen. The reason we want to have fun is so that the mind gets quiet and you can go unconscious, because we all play better. Like you hear so many people talk about rhythm and flow. It's impossible to have rhythm and flow if you're doing it consciously. So you're going to get a lot more rhythm and flow and a lot of touch and feel if you're unconscious.
And I'm not trying to be no fucking uptight nerd. And when I'm playing golf, that's kind of how I feel. I go in there, no expectations, ready to just have a good time with my friends. And I've been playing better. I've been getting better at golf, so that's good. I'd say I've been getting better at hoops too. So that was a recap of basically what's happened so far. And now I will kind of try to get into the path that I want to go now. The goal is kind of still the same, but the first thought immediately is like, okay, I need to figure out how to make this as sustainable as possible, right? Yes, I want to work out with all these trainers. Yes, I want to get athletic as possible, but I also have very specific goals. Okay, it's going to require a lot of money that I don't really have, and obviously going to take a while to get the return on that. So I'm like, okay, how can I blend this all together with something that I really enjoy? So I'm like, okay, been getting a lot more interested in athletic training, personal training, athletic training. Still want to do the content thing just because I love entertaining. I like making stuff. I love content. I love being in front of the camera. Like, it's a good time. And the ceiling is just through the roof. It just allows, you know, so many more elements. Even if I'm doing this training thing, like you gotta promote your brand and all that. But the main idea overall now, I'm more so trying to make it less about me and more a community for athletes, right? You know, building up other athletes, like promoting what they're doing. Like, okay, like my buddy Stefan, pro tennis player, like kind of promoting him, being like, this guy's a stud. And then going in through the ins and outs of like what he does to play at the level that he's at. That's a lot of value for tennis players, you know what I mean? Do that with like football players, basketball players, all different types of athletes, and do it in my way, you know what I mean? In like a chill, entertaining, just throw my own twist on it. I'm not trying to be the best athletic trainer out there. I'm not trying to be the best athlete out there, but I'm trying to, you know, put out a product that gets people excited, that is almost like, you know, at some point I want to make it must watch. You think of someone like Anthony Edwards, last playoff run, you're like, all right, we got a fucking Wolves game. Like, we're watching this because we want to see what this absolute superstar can do. Same with Luka. Saying becoming a sponsored athlete is just like kind of the best like clickbaity clickbaity way I could put it, right? Like, I don't know. And I still do kind of want to like become sponsored, I guess, because I want to have like relationships with brands that host cool events and can, you know, fly me out to like go make content with a pro. Anything else? Oh yeah, there we go. Figured out the other thing. So I'm basically starting up this internship at this spot. There's one in Irvine and then there's one in LA, and they train like tons of pro athletes, like NFL players. I don't know how consistent it's gonna be, but I'm pumped. I'm pumped to just get in there, be a sponge, learn as much as I can, and be in that environment. That's the main gist. I hope you guys have been loving your lives as well. Life is good. But anyway, love people, love bringing people together. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoyed a beer with it. Just keep loving life, man.